All right, pilots. Nick's back. We're just going to talk about some DCS news because I think it's a good thing. For starters, it looks like DCS has needed more Red 4 planes for a little while now. This patch isn't really going to help that. I just think that's something that has definitely been needed. And I'm hoping that they're going to give us some more Red 4 soon. I know we're getting the full fidelity MiG-29 soon, and that's going to be great. Although we already had that in the Flaming Cliffs. And I love full fidelity, but I also think it's a little bit of a trap that they try to push for full fidelity in everything so much. I think having the Flaming Cliffs is a really good thing. Having a little bit easier access to getting into the game and learning how to fly, because the flight models in Flaming Cliffs are fine. They're just not fully clickable cockpits, so all the systems aren't fleshed out completely, but they still work, and they work as intended. They're just a little simplified, so I think that's a really good thing. So that's cool that they're doing the full fidelity MiG-29. I don't care as much about that. I love my full fidelity, and I also love my Flaming Cliffs. I think they both all have their space, and not everybody wants full fidelity. So like I said, it's a bit of a trap. But that's good that they are doing the MiG-29. Let's just hope they get some more Red 4, like fullbacks or floggers or fencers. That would be really nice to get something like that. But they are doing something soon that is amazing, and I can't wait. And that's why you can see in the B-roll behind me is me doing a little practice mission with our Su-25a model Frogfoot, which did come in Flaming Cliffs 3, but they are doing a rework on the textures of it, which is awesome. Doesn't hurt my feelings when they do stuff like this. The new cockpits when they did Flaming Cliffs 3, when they redid a bunch of the cockpits, looked amazing. So I can't wait to see what they do with this. And they're also going to convert it to a free mod, which is great. I have sung the praises of the Sukhoi 25T model Frogfoot, which is the free close air support Russian aircraft that comes with DCS for free. So adding the A model Frogfoot as a free is not going to hurt anything. It's going to help a ton. Also, because the A model Frogfoot is usable in the Cold War maps, the Cold War servers, which are really popular, and a lot of people really enjoy the Cold War. I enjoy the Cold War stuff. It's a good mix of PvE and PvP. And now everyone's going to be able to experience the Cold War server with a free mod that everyone can use. That's amazing, and it's Red 4. And if you didn't know, there's also the A4E Skyhawk, which is a community free mod, which is basically just as good as any other full pro mod. A lot of community mods out there are really sketchy. A lot of them don't work. Some of them kind of mess up your DCS a bit. The Skyhawk is solid. You wouldn't know it wasn't made by Heatblur. It's that good. So now we've got a blue and a red Cold War ready free module, and nothing but good can come from that. And I hope they do more things like this. I know they're not going to give away a bunch of free modules, of course. I think it would be cool if they did one of their Warbirds as a free module. I don't think the Warbirds get enough love. I wish they'd do more Warbirds. I understand they've got to weigh their pros and cons and how much money they make off of this and that, but I think giving a barrier of entry into the Warbirds would be great. I know they've got the TF-51. That's fine, but it's a civilian Mustang. It's got no armament. People want to shoot a gun, right? They don't want to just learn how to fly. They want to learn to fly, and they want to also be part of a battlefield and be successful, in a military incursion with an aircraft, not just fly around. So maybe that'll happen sooner or later. Maybe we'll get a free Warbird. That would be pretty cool. I'm all here for it. I know they just released, they said that they're going to release the F-35, and I mean, that's neat. Again, I don't think that's something that was really needed. I think they'll make money off of it, and I think that's important. They need to make money. They need to stay afloat. They need to make sure they're successful so that we can all keep enjoying this amazing flight sim, which has breathed life into me. Most people that hang around my stream know I am disabled. My body got all messed up from a rare genetic disorder, and it kind of ruined my life a bit. But being able to feel like I'm flying again has really brought me back to life. So I've been streaming a lot and making these videos. It gives me something to do, and I hope Eagle Dynamics keeps doing it, of course. I'd do anything I could to help them do that. I think streaming does help. But I am absolutely excited to see the 25A come as a free mod. More people being able to play this. I mean, how could you not enjoy these rocket? Look at these rocket strikes. It's not hard to get these things right on target. Both of the Frogfoots are very capable. A lot of people talk crap about the T model. You know, it's big, fat, it's ugly, it's slow, it's hard to fly. Sure, it is a little fat, it's a little slow, it is a little hard to fly, but man, once you know how to fly it, it's super useful because you can do SEAD, you can do close air support, you can do a little bit of air-to-air. I wouldn't bank on it or anything, but you can put a couple heaters on there and defend yourself somewhat. And the A model Frogfoot, you're going to love it even more. You can't do the SEAD, you can't put a T-pod on it, you don't have you don't have the big upgraded sensor suite that the T model has, but because of that, you have the same, you know, basically the same aircraft, but it's lighter. It's more maneuverable. It's faster, and you can still fire those like those big laser guided rockets I just blew up those buildings with. You know, you don't have a basically a TV, but you can still use the laser targeter off your HUD and fire those gigantic, very powerful laser guided rockets. You're not missing anything. As a matter of fact, like I said, with the A model, you're gaining maneuverability, which in itself is a gigantic boon. So everybody, pilots, when this thing comes out, if you never got your Flaming Cliffs 3, which I do recommend getting Flaming Cliffs 3, you get more value out of that than any other bundle for sure. All the jets that come in the Flaming Cliffs are very fun and very good, and some of them are extremely useful. Like, you will beat out most full fidelity planes with some of these if you get good with them. Again, the plane is a great tool, the pilot is most of that tool. So I recommend everybody getting Flaming Cliffs 3, but I also I know everyone's going to try it because it's free, and I totally recommend it. The 25A is amazing fun. Even if you're not doing Cold War, it is very fun to find an enemy, you know, FARP or FOB or a control point or a crossroad, anything, and assault it with the Frogfoot. You've got so many tools. They're all very useful, and it's super fun. And it's really rewarding to take an old plane like this and get all your warheads right on target and actually be successful. It's a great feeling. It's fun to doing that in a Hornet as well, but it's just not as rewarding in my personal opinion. It's fun and it's cool, but it's super simple, and when you're doing it in a plane like this, it's like when you're in a Warbird. If you do a dive bomb and it hits, man, the amount of elation and how rewarded you feel is leaps and bounds above getting your at-FLIR pod on target and dropping a JDAM that is probably definitely not going to miss because you're using a GPS coordinate, and how could you miss that? There are things that, you know, you can mess up with it and miss, but for the most part, when you're dropping JDAMs, it's not whether you miss or not, it's just knowing how to use your systems. And once you know how to use them, you're not missing targets for the most part. And look how smooth that landing is. And that's a lot easier to do in the A model as well, because trust me, the T model, it lands like a cinder block. Even when you get really good with the T model, even when you really flare and float it just like a champ, it still kind of feels like you're coming down with a thud. But I'm going to let everybody go. I just want to talk about this free mod and think this is amazing, and I'm happy with what Eagle Dynamics has been doing for a little bit here. I can't wait for them to get the save state. That's what I'm waiting for, is the new editing tools and save state, because I make a lot of missions and maps and run them on my streams on the weekends, private servers for everyone, and my community gets in there and flies with me. It's great fun. Whew, that was smooth. That's a butter landing right there. So that's what I'm really waiting for. That's the biggest patch I'm waiting for to come up is the better map editing tools. From what I understand, it's going to be a lot better. We won't have to use misscripting as much to get things done we want in maps, like CTLD and all that. That's what I'm hoping for. And the save state will make a huge difference. So everybody, take it easy. I'll see y'all later. Come by Nix1978 on Twitch. Hang out in the stream. You can get an invite on the Discord from the stream, and I will see everybody later.